Hey guys, welcome back to Worlds Together. This week we are going to be doing some character creation. So last week, you remember we did some, we created the town of Kyring, and we had a lot of great ideas, and we put together some information about this town. And one of the things that came out of talking about this town was this character called the Olive King. And so, as I got to thinking about him more this week, I decided I really liked this character, and I wanted to develop him into a big bad and do some more specifics with him. So that's what we're going to do today. So, in general, what we had talked about last week was in this town of Kyring, it's kind of like a mercantile state, kind of like medieval Genoa was, and they have a ruling class of merchants, but the Olive King is kind of like a mob boss type figure, and he is the de facto ruler of the town. And we thought it would be fun if he had like some bigger aspirations. So the town of Kyring is actually in the let's go take a look at the main map here, which is, come on, Link, in our Atlas, the world of Coimbar, and we decided that Kyring is right here. It's a major trade center for the internals of the kingdom of Caer Branneth, and this inland sea, it basically controls all the trade here between Caer Branneth and Lindell Barrows. And so this area is very wealthy, but the most wealthy person in it is this Olive King. We never did talk about what his real name was, and we never did really flesh him out, so that's what we're going to do tonight. So, first thing we're going to do is we want to make this guy a big bad, so he can be used in campaigns for, well, as the main guy in a campaign. So we're gonna make him a nemesis or villain, and he is going to be, what kind of a mentor type nemesis. You do see him. He's not never present. He's not out there just beating people over the head. He's kind of sending his minions out to do his dirty work. So his title is the Olive King. Why are they following their master? Desire. They want power, and he can give it to them. So let's talk about the Olive King. So what are some things about him? He wants to control all the trade in the kingdoms of Caer Branneth and Lindell Barrow. Right, chat? Sounds good, chat, right? Lindell Barrows. So, he seeks power to bring peace to the region because the kingdom of Caer Branneth is in constant war and has been for 1,000 years. There's constant turnover of rulership. They are constantly at war, and he So he was born in the kingdom. He was born in Cair Braneth, and he is resentful of the lifetime of wars that have surrounded him. He wants to bring the kings under his control so that he can what? Bring peace to the region. The problem, the reason he's a villain, I mean, noble sentiment. I want to bring peace to this war-torn region. But the problem is that to achieve this goal, he kidnaps the gnomes from the slums of Kyring, and uses them to build airships that transport and control trade from the air. These airships are design and manufacture of these airships is a tightly controlled secret. That way there's no chance of anybody challenging him for this domination of trade. The facilities where the gnomes are kept and worked are also secret, and their location is only known to a few trusted minions of the Olive King. Now, we want to have some kind of, I think, a bit of a reason that he wants this piece. I mean, on the surface, this is fine, but we want to have a bit of biography for him, a bit of background. So he was born in a small village in Cair Braneth, and They're in the middle of another war. Another succession war. So his village was isolated by the destruction of the surrounding country, and this left his family destitute with very little contact to the world outside. Trade was non-existent. Which is why he wants trade so much. He didn't have it growing up, and it was due to these wars. So the trade was non-existent. And what, chat? Come on, help me think, chat. Come on, chat. You can do it, chat. And their food supply dwindled. Scarcity. Alright, so we still don't know a whole lot about the Olive King. For instance, his real name. Maybe that's not important. Maybe you want to take care of that in your campaign. Maybe it's a connection, and it's not really a problem to leave him as just the Olive King. That way you can kind of insert him into whatever part of your campaign you want to. So, let's see. His desires, he desires to control kingdoms of Hybraneth and Barrows to ensure there are no more succession wars. Yeah. So he's going to control the kings by controlling all the trade. Good enough? Good enough. Alright. Facial features. What does this dude look like? He has a large scar running from inside of his neck. Feather. Of a hunting accident. He was a man. booming, commanding voice that never wavers. Sure. He is rotund and well fed. His arms and legs are muscular and tree-like. So his emotional state, he's usually pretty do we want this guy to be calm, or do we want him to just completely lose his stuff at the slightest thing? So we'll say he's very quick to anger and loses his temper at very small provocations. So what is he? He's very tall, muscular. He's really strong. Usually clothed in olive-colored. Let's say he's olive and red. Yeah, I did. Fine clothing. He didn't make a lot of noise. Smells of spices. Yeah, I like that. Touch. Feels like a human. Alright. So... let's see. Do we want to make him... I mean, he's going to be fairly old, I guess. And we'll worry about that later. So his eyes are going to be... just make them green. Skin color is very tan because he's outside quite a bit. His hair is what? Make it bowl cut. Bright orange hair. Height. So I'm gonna say he's a human, but let's say he's 6'5", pretty tall. Weight, we'll say he's 320. Male. Current location is Kyring. So let's save this stuff so we don't lose it. They really save often, chat. Alright, so let's see here. Does he have a quirk? Well, Maybe something that he... Something weird that he says often. What could it be? Where my music went. That's weird, chat. Well, chat, I don't know if you're hearing the music, but it died in my headphones. We'll just pretend it's still there. Right? It's fine, chat, right? It's fine. Alright. Quirks. I don't know. I'm not really envisioning quirks for this guy. What do you think, chat? Yeah, maybe we'll come back to that. So, so there's the Olive King. So we've kind of gone through, I just wanted to do a quick character development thing, to kind of run through one of the characters in the world that we're building. We are going to be getting back to some presentation stuff next week, some talking of not actual world building per se, not doing the world building, but talking about more RPG generic things. So watch out for that. Also, don't forget that we're going to be having some mini painting on Build and Chat on Saturday mornings all through February. We're doing 5 Saturdays, 5 different minis, and we're going to do some beginner type things. So if you're a beginning mini painter, want to come check that out, you can ask questions. We'll paint a mini together. We'll talk about the basics for beginners getting into the hobby. And then everybody that's painting the miniatures, you know, I'll invite you to put pictures of your finished minis up on our Facebook page so that we can compare and contrast and say how awesome we are to each other. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and sign up for the mini month of February. There's an event up there. Also, make sure that if you enjoyed this or any of our other stuff, that you like and subscribe, give us comments, give us feedback, and mash all the buttons, ding all the bells, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, and now Instagram. Until next time, build on.